Good morning. For today's video, our topic is adding and subtracting dissimilar fraction with regrouping. So what are the steps in adding and subtracting dissimilar fraction? Step number 1. Add or subtract the whole number if the given fraction is mixed. Number 2. Determine the least common denominator or LCD. Number 3. Divide the LCD with the previous denominator. Number 4. Multiply the quotient to the numerator to get the new numerator. Number 5. Add or subtract the numerators. And finally, express your answer to its lowest term, if possible. So let's have example number 1. Determine the least common denominator in this fraction. We have 2/3 plus 1/2. Our denominators are 3 and 2. So what are the prime factors of 3? So we have 3 or 3 times 1. Since 1 is a special number, so we do not include 1 in this prime factors. And for 2, we have a prime factor of 2. Since we cannot cancel any number as their greatest common factor, remember that if a number has no common factor, its automatic greatest common factor is always 1. So we bring down 2 and 3. So 2 times 3. So our LCD or least common denominator is 6. The next, divide the LCD with the previous denominator. Multiply the quotient to the numerator to get the new numerator. So 6 divided by 3, we get 2. 2 times 2, we get 4. 6 divided by 2, we get 3. And 3 times 1, we get 3. So it means that the equivalent fraction of 2/3 is 4/6. And the equivalent fraction of 1/2 is 3/6. Now, we can now proceed to the addition of numerator because 4/6 plus 3/6 is already a similar fraction. So add the numerators. 4/6 plus 3/6, the numerators are 4 and 3. So we add 4 plus 3, we will get 7. So our fraction now is 7/6. But 7/6 is an improper fraction because the numerator is greater than the denominator. So we need to express it into lowest term by changing it into an or into a mixed number. So 7 divided by 6, the answer is 1. 1 times 6, the answer is 6. 7 minus 6, the answer is 1. So, the answer is 1 and 1, 6. So, 7, 6 is equal to 1 and 1, 6. So, our final answer is 1 and 1, 6. Let's have example number 2. Add the whole numbers. Since the given fractions are mixed number, so we have to add first the whole numbers. So 1 and 1/12 plus 4 and 2/3. Our whole number here is 1 and 4. So 1 plus 4, so we will get 5. Number 2, determine the least common denominator or the LCD of 1 and 1/12 plus 4 and 2/3. Their denominators are 12 and 3. So what are the prime factors of 12? So we have 3 times 2 times 2. How about 3? So the prime factor for 3 is 3. So we need to cancel the greatest common factor. And our greatest common factor here is 3. So now, bring down all the numbers. So we have 3 times 3, 3 times 2 times 2. So 3 times 2 will give us 6 times 2 will give us 12. So our LCD is 12. Next, divide the LCD with the previous denominator. Multiply the quotient to the numerator to get the new numerator. Since the LCD is 12, so 12 divided by 12 will give us 1. 1 times 1, the answer is 1. And 12 divided by 3, the answer is 4. And 4 times 2, the answer is 8. So the equivalent fraction of 1/12 is still 1/12. 2/3, the equivalent fraction of 2/3 is 8/12. Since 1/12 plus 8/12 are already a similar fraction, so we can now proceed in adding their numerator. So add the numerators, 1/12 plus 8/12. So the numerators are 1 and 8. So 1 plus 8, so the answer is 9. So our fraction now here is 9/12. Express your answer to its lowest term, if possible. So let's check. What are the prime factors of 9? So we have 3 times 3. How about 12? We have 3 times 2 times 2. And we need to cancel their greatest common factor or GCF. The GCF here is 3. So the remaining number for our numerator is 3. And for the denominator, we have 2 times 2, which is equivalent to 4. So our final answer for 9/12 is 3/4. So it means that the lowest term for 9/12 is 3/4. So final answer, we have 5, which is the whole number that we get from Step number 1 plus 3/4 is equal to 5 and 3/4. So the final answer here is 5 and 3/4. Let's proceed to example number 3. Subtract the whole numbers. So we have 5 and 1/5 minus 2/3. Since in our subtrahend, 2/3 has no whole number. So 5 minus 0, so we will get 5 as our whole number. So we just bring down 5. Step number 2. Determine the least common denominator. 1/5 minus 2/3. So our denominator here is 5 and 3. So what are the prime factor of 5? So we only have 5. How about 3? Okay, the prime factor here is 3. So again, there is no number to be cancelled. But remember, the greatest common factor here is 1. So bring down 5 and 3. So 5 times 3. So the LCD now is 15. Divide the LCD with the previous denominator. Multiply the quotient to the numerator to get the new numerator. Since the LCD is 15, so we have to divide 15 divided by 5. The answer is 3. 3 times 1, the answer is 3. And 15 divided by 3, the answer is 5. 5 times 2, the answer is 10. So the equivalent fraction of 1/5 is 3/15. And the equivalent fraction of 2/3 is 10/15. Since 3/15 minus 10/15 are already similar fraction, so we can now proceed in subtracting their numerator. So subtract the numerators. 3/15 minus 10/15. Wait, cannot be. We can subtract 3 from 10. Remember, if the numerator in the minuend is smaller than the numerator from the subtrahend, borrow 1 from the whole number. So, our whole number is 5, so we need to borrow 1. So 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. So we only have 4 wholes. And remember, 1 whole is equivalent to 15 over 15. Since the denominator of the similar fraction is 15. 15 divided by 15 is equal to 1 or 1 whole. So let's add 1 whole to the minuend. Our minuend is 3/15. So 3/15 plus 15 over 15, we will get 18 over 15. So I think we can now subtract the numerators. So 8/15 minus 10/15, 18 minus 10 will give us 8. So 8/15 is the answer. So for the final answer, we have to add 4 as our whole number plus 8/15. 4 plus 8/15 is equal to 4 and 8/15. So the final answer is 4 and 8/15. Let's have example number 4. Subtract the whole numbers. So we have 9 and 1/3 minus 3, and 5 sixths. So our whole number here is 9 and 3. So 9 minus 3, the answer is 6. Step number 2. Determine the LCD or the least common denominator of this given fraction. We have 9 and 1/3 plus 3 and 5 sixths. Their denominators are 3 and 6. So what are the prime factors of 3? So we have 3. What are the prime factors of 6? So we have 3 times 2. So we need to cancel their common factor or their GCF. And their GCF is 3. Now let's bring down the numbers. So we have 3 times 2. So 3 times 2, our LCD now is 6. Next step, divide the LCD with the previous denominator. Multiply the quotient to the numerator to get the new numerator. 6 divided by 3, the answer is 2. 2 times 1, the answer is 2. And 6 divided by 6, the answer is 1. 1 times 5, the answer is 5. So it means that the equivalent fraction for 1/3 is 2 6. And 5 6 remain 5 6. Since 2 6 minus 5 6 are similar fractions, so we can now proceed in subtracting their numerator. Subtract the numerators. 2 6 minus 5 6. But wait, we cannot subtract 2 minus 5. So we need to borrow. Remember, if the numerator in the minuend is smaller than the numerator from the subtrahend, borrow 1 from the whole number. So our whole number is 6. So we need to borrow 1. So 6 minus 1 is equal to 5. So we only have 5 wholes. And 1 whole is equivalent to 6 over 6 since the denominator of this similar fraction is 6. So add 1 whole to the minuend. So our minuend is 2 6. So 2 6 plus 6 over 6 is equal to 8 6. So I think we can now subtract our numerator. So 8 6 minus 5 6. So 8 minus 5 is equals to 3 6. Now, let's express the answer to its lowest term. So what are the prime factor of 6? I mean, prime factor of 3. So we have 3. What are the prime factors of 6? So we have 3 and 2. So we need to cancel the greatest common factor of GCF. And the GCF is 3. Since there is no number remained in our numerator, so it will be replaced by 1 as the numerator, and in our denominator, we have 2. So the final answer here is 1/2. So 5 as the whole number plus 1/2, the answer is 5 and 1/2. So the final answer is 5 and 1/2. Example number 5. Subtract the numerators. So 11 minus 8 ninths. Our minuend is 11 and our subtrahend is 8 ninths. Our minuend has no numerator because it is a whole number. So what do we need to do? Since there is no fraction in our minuend, we need to borrow 1 from the whole number 11. So 11 minus 1 is equal to 10 wholes. And 1 whole is equal to 9 ninths. Since the denominator of our subtrahend is 9. So subtract the numerators. So 9 minus 8 ninths. So 9 minus 8 will give us 1 and copy the denominator 9. So we have 1 ninth. And for the final answer, add the whole number. The whole number is 10 plus 1 ninth. So 10 plus 1 ninth, the answer is 10 and 1 ninth. So the final answer is 10 and 1 ninth. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye!